So Kim, you have a star-studded list of clients. I saw that you've styled Shakira's hair and Beyonce's hair at their respective Super Bowl halftime shows. How can people at home replicate their voluminous hairstyles that won't fall flat?
Well, what a great tip for doing that is, everybody, of course, knows about dry shampoo. You can also set your hair with hot rollers because it makes your hair very voluminous when you set it with those. It has a lot of curls. Um, there's a couple of little tips for that. You can use volumizing mousses and sprays. That also helps create that, magic volume. And listen, also, it doesn't hurt to add a little extra hair in there. That gives a little volume to the hairs as well. So that's instant gratification.
You have a new hair care line. Can you tell me more about the products?
Yes, I have hair care products that are great for natural hair, curly hair, styling hair because been working in the industry for a while. So I have all kind of tips and products that I like to use, um, on my clients. So I created products for that because I felt like they need that, which is why I'm excited to be actually also giving makeovers to truck drivers on the road who need that special attention. They want to look like celebrities too, you know, even though they're driving down the road and looking they want to look fabulous doing it. So I think that you know, me being able to lend my time for them, celebrating them because Super 8 has launched a makeover for their hotels. So why not give makeover to some of these truck drivers and people who are dedicated to this brand and loyal customers to it, so they can have a chance to be a star. So that I'm super excited about not only working with celebs, but being able to share that and give that back to everyday people. And that's kind of what the products are, to also help everyday people look like celebs.
Of course. So I want to dive a little deeper into this partnership with Super 8 by Wyndham. So the event is called Trucking Gorgeous, where truck drivers get makeovers. Can you tell me more about this partnership? Like, how does it work? How can people participate? And also why you decided to join?
I decided to join because, first of all, I have a love for truck stops. Like you said, Ben have worked with celebrities, been on the road with them on tour. I have stopped into truck stops and I have a love for that lifestyle because it's a little different, but we're on the road and we're traveling in tour buses and things like that. And there's trucks that are also on the road with us. And I think that it made sense, because I live on the road as a hairstylist, a celebrity hairstylist. I travel from place to place. So being able to have a nice place to stay that's affordable, but gives you that you feel comfortable in that. I think that for me it was a good collaboration when I got the message, that they wanted to collaborate to do this. And I'm kicking off the first day of the tour, which is kind of cool. And they're going to be going around to different places, to make people over. I love also having the opportunity to make people over and make them feel good because that's kind of what I'm about. Yes, I work with celebrities, but my brand is also about being able to, like, that's why I make hair care products. That's why I do makeover for opportunities when I can, because I like to be able to make over the everyday person or the hardworking person, because I feel like everybody deserves to look like a star.
I love that, making beauty accessible. And that was actually getting right into my next question. So truck drivers are notoriously required to drive for long hours at a time. And, there's so many professions when you think about it where people are just constantly on the go. So what tips might you give people in this position so that they can still look and feel their best, even when working those really long days?
Yeah. I think that's something people need to. People need to feel and look their best. And you're working such long hours. And I have a very similar lifestyle, even though it looks glamorous, but we are traveling, working long hours. So I always love to treat myself, and so I think them being able to treat themselves while they're traveling, and also you look good, you feel good. So I think they should have like a nice little kit of dry shampoo, because even though they do have showers at truck stops, they can shampoo their hair, keep them a nice little kit in the car, shampoo, conditioner, and dry shampoo, just in case they can't, they don't have the time to really take the time to wash their hair. But that gives it, that bruises it back up, and gives it a little bit of volume. And being able to maybe have some grooming products, in between. Of course, they're going to have to get their hair cut and styled, which is why I'll be there. In between, they can get a little cut. But once you get a great cut, it'll be much easier to keep your hair looking good and styled.
Of course. So you said that you kick off the tour, and that's in South Dakota, I believe, right?
South Dakota, where the first Super 8 was born, which is kind of exciting. I feel like that is really cool because, I've never been to South Dakota, so I may have passed by on tour somewhere, but to actually be in South Dakota, that's going to be really cool.
Sure. What is the number one hair related issue you think people should pay more attention to?
I think, first of all, like, depends on, keeping your hair clean is super important. Washing, I never underestimate a good shampoo and conditioner. I think that's the foundation of your hair. You don't have that, you don't have good conditioned hair, or you don't keep it clean, you're going to have other problems that you don't want to deal with. As well as it's going to like not keep your style looking great. But it also, again, like I said before, it's important to have a great haircut, because that's an easy way to look good. Once you've got that cut, it's the style is there, so it's going to be easy for you to maintain that style. And also consult with your, whoever your stylist is, consult with them about, what they can do, what can do based on whatever hairstyle and cut that you get, to kind of maintain and keep it up. But those are they're basics, but they're super important, to remember when you are looking for that look, and try to get something that's going to last, because you're going to be on the road for 20 hours. So you definitely want to, get something that's going to maintain and last for a minute.
Sure. So as a stylist who is a woman of color and often has clients who are women of color, do you think there's still room for improvement in hair care brands being inclusive to all hair types? Why or why not?
There definitely is a lot more that are, but I think, it's really we're just starting to really touch the surface. There's a lot of hair care needs out there for women of color who have curly hair, or men of color who have curly, because men are starting to grow their hair out and wear more natural hairstyles and longer hairstyles. So just having the right, like for that particular hair, you need specific types of shampoos, specific type of conditioners, and specific type of hair care products, because curly hair acts different than straight hair. Straight hair has a tendency to get oily. Curly hair, the oil doesn't travel down the hair shaft the same,
Sure.
So so you have to have products that really work and help to maintain that hair and keep that hair together. So that's, for me, is definitely a long-term project that I have been working on, to develop things that help, because they have specific issues like low porosity hair that doesn't absorb things. So there's a whole nother animal there, not just that it's curly, but now it's not absorbing product. So you have to kind of, make sure, again, maintenance is important, conditioning, making this a regular thing. People think, oh, I just want to be quick. We're living in the microwave age, but let's just throw something on there and just go. Until they develop something that you can throw on and it's going to give you that conditioning that you need, people need to take that time for themselves. Self-care and wellness is important for every profession, whether you're a hairdresser, you're a trucker, or you were executive. I think spending that time on you and taking care of not only your body but your hair, all of it's a part of it. So
of course. So for women with thinning hair, what are some styling tips and tricks they could use to lift, your roots, hide any thinning spots? Like, are there any hair growth products you recommend?
The biotin, taking biotin, massaging your scalp. Surprisingly enough, exercise, good for stimulation because you want to keep the blood flowing. But taking vitamins are eating really healthy and drinking plenty of water. Because sometimes your hair can be dry because you're not drinking enough water. We're starting to lack, the older we get, the more we lack certain nutrients and things like that. So really incorporating that kind of stuff into your diet and into your lifestyle, so
Sure. And what about like any thinning spots? How do you cover them?
there's those, I call it a little movie magic. There's like things like Topic or sprays that you can kind of put in there just to fill it in, because sometimes it's medical. A lot of times I'll have people go see a doctor first to see what is the cause, because there's many causes of hair loss. Can be from bad extensions, bad braids, bad things that are, a bad wig, attachments can be causing hair loss. It could be stress. It could be what you eat, your diet. It could be medication. It could be some, like, again, bacteria. That's why it's important to keep your hair clean. You want to keep your scalp and hair clean because bacteria can get into your hair, into your scalp,
Sure.
and cause other problems. That's why I say shampooing is a must. You
Yeah.
need to do it as regular as you can without drying your hair, and using moisturizing shampoos, especially in between, to keep your hair clean, but also not to dry your hair out, and conditioning it after you wash it. That for me leads to more of a healthy scalp and healthy hair, right?
Right.
Um, so like, again, those fundamental things, they sound really basic, but they are important. But consult a doctor first to see what's causing it. Then we can figure out what the solution is. But biotin is good to always take for hair growth and thickening your hair.
Sure. I do love Topic, by the way. I used it today. It's my secret.
Again, incredible gratification. We must have those things
Yeah.
in our kit.
Yep. Kind of a last hair tip question, but I live on the East Coast and it's been very humid. What tips do you have to reduce frizziness that comes from humidity?
Yeah, there are products that are anti-humidity products. There's some that's probably really good on the market now, that you can use. I always also say I have hairstyles based on seasons. Like me, I'm wearing curly hair in this heat because it's easier to maintain.
Yeah.
Because I don't actually, LA is not as humid as other parts of the country. When it's humid, I mean, it's basically water in the air.
Yeah, I'm in New York, so it's water in the air.
Oh, yeah. So if you don't have products that can help, kind of shield against those things, then you are going to be, I would recommend maybe try some styles that may, so you don't cause damage to your hair by trying to keep it straight and over straightening it and over putting products or chemicals in it to try to alter the hair. Because I think, to me, the less you do, because some people have to wear color. So it's difficult to wear color and to try to straighten your hair. It's going to be really, really tough on your hair. So I try to recommend, more styles that have more texture and volume in them, so that you don't see the, kind of combat the hair changing on you. Because I've had that happen to me. It went from beautifully silky straight to afro. Yeah, because I'm from Chicago and it's very humid in the summertime. And I remember I got off the plane coming from Los Angeles, because LA doesn't have that problem. And my hair just blew up. So there are some products out there that are anti-humidity. I believe, I think there's a company called Wow that makes a product that's supposed to be good for, keeping your hair from, locking out any water or moisture from getting onto your hair and reverting it. I'll be honest with you, I haven't tried it myself, but I've been hearing the buzz about it. So that could be the answer to some people's problems. But if all else fails, there's always go natural, go curly, and you don't have to worry about it.
Sure. Just as a quick question to wrap up, more about this partnership, what do you hope that the truck drivers that you get to do these makeovers on, what do you hope they take away from this?
Well, hopefully that they, first of all, that they feel good, because I think everybody needs to feel good. You know what I mean? And I believe one of my mottos is great hair equals confidence. It's what, when you feel good, when you look good, you feel good. And because I know that they work really hard, and they work long hours, and they work under, they have to sometimes sleep in the truck or sleep on the road, and stop off at truck stops, and they have to live on the road, which I kind of understand because I've done that myself in the business that I'm in, traveling, and it's tough. And so I just want them to learn how to maintain and take care of themselves while they're doing this. And also, help celebrate, that, because I love the fact that Super 8 did a makeover on their hotels, because for me, there's nothing more important than, me traveling and having a wonderful, comfortable bed to sleep in, and a nice, clean, beautiful space to do that in. And so I just hope that, this collaboration really, really helps, improve the lifestyle of, our hardworking people, traveling people, and not just truckers, people that travel like me.
Okay, thank you so much, Kim. I really appreciate you taking your time to speak with Glam.
No problem. It's been great. Nice to speak with you. And you have beautiful hair, by the way.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it.
Even in this humidity, it looks great.
Oh, thank you. That's because I've not stepped out yet.
Listen,